Welcome to Lifer Talk. I'm a lifer.
I'm a lifer.
And we hope you're a lifer too. It's our first live stream.
It is our first live stream. What are we going to talk about?
Well, obviously we're going to talk about LifeSpace. But also, we're going to give you an inside scoop on, how a software company is built from startup and hopefully to startup. And of course, we're going to talk about our main core focus, which is to make space for what matters in life. And that's really our purpose of doing this software, is to help you make space in your life for what matters.
Yes, and although we're going to have some fun and maybe be a little corny, we'll definitely discuss some fantastic things and things that we're really proud of. But first, Greg, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Woodford Reserve Rye Whiskey. And how did I get this bottle of whiskey?
Very nice gentleman. Got it for your birthday, actually.
Yes, and we decided that each week during Lifer Talk, we're going to taste a whiskey or maybe a beer or something local and tell you guys about it. And if we like it, we'll let you know. This one tastes amazing. We already dove into it a little bit, so cheers.
Cheers.
All
Why are
right.
we doing this again?
Why not?
Good point. All right, so now back to LifeSpace, the important part. We are officially 2 weeks away. We're very excited. Time is ramping up here, so why don't you tell them a little bit what's coming?
Yeah, so we're delivering LifeSpace, a productivity platform, and it's going to be a desktop and a mobile app, and we're releasing both at the same time. So it's a little ambitious for those who come into beta. We appreciate your patience as we get these things launched, and we appreciate your feedback. But the main purpose of why we're launching this platform, it's got really 4 key features to it. First of all, you're going to organize with purpose. And so the idea is that you're going to organize your life, the things that you care about, based on what you personally, it's important to you and not, anyone else. So you're going to organize your life with purpose through our platform. And then you're going to integrate with everything. So anything that's on the web, you'll be able to integrate into this platform. So as you create spaces for different areas of your life, you'll be able to link in all those tools, websites, videos, programs, resources, everything that actually ties to that. So when you're ready to work on that particular area of life, you'll be extremely focused on that area. You'll be able to share different spaces with different people. So that's a really important feature here, because you don't want to share your whole life space, obviously, but you'll actually be able to share individual spaces with the people that matter in those particular areas. So if you have a workspace, you'll obviously share that with your team. But then if you're doing like a fitness challenge, let's say, then you can share that with the people who are in the challenge with you. Or if you're going on a trip, and maybe you're doing a group trip or something like that, you'll be able to pull all that and pull all the people together who are in that trip and share the space together. So that'll be a really cool feature. And then finally, it'll synchronize everywhere to all your devices. And so that's why it was really important to us to build both a power desktop, a tool that runs on a Mac or Windows, but also syncs to your mobile. And so in this case, everything you put on the desktop will come to your mobile, and everything you put on the mobile will go to your desktop. And so no matter where you are, you'll be able to get access to the information you put into LifeSpace.
Yeah, and some additional functionality just to kind of take it, be a little bit more specific. You'll be able to register from your mobile phone. We'll be creating spaces, so we're going to get more into that, certainly. Think about it as linking your bookmarks and your web apps, all your important things, and of course, like what Greg just said, you're going to be able to share that with the applicable. Not all the time, there will be certain spaces that you won't share, but you'll certainly have the opportunity to collaborate in a way you probably haven't had before.
Yeah, and I think just to go back to the spaces concept, and it's kind of a new word and it's different from what people normally think about, but in life we think of creating space as designated areas of either your desktop or your time or your software for specific purposes. And so again, if you care about your fitness and that's something you focus on regularly, you'll create a fitness space. If you want to organize your personal finances, you'll create a finance space. And so the concept of creating spaces means to actually create folders or spaces within our platform that are designated for each of those areas that you want to organize your life by. And really the key component of making space comes from the idea that our day is extremely full, right? So if you don't focus on what you're actually going to do each day, your calendar just gets filled with life circumstances. And so work, you're focusing on other people's priorities all day. You're getting emails from them, you're getting notifications, and so you're really focused on their priorities. And then you immediately go into the home life, where maybe you get to the gym. On the weekend, you're with the kids or with your significant other. And so if you don't go out of your way to carve out time for you to focus on things that truly matter to you, like maybe if you want to do something in the nonprofit world, or you want to focus on personal development, you have to literally create that space, and then you have to make sure everything else you do can be done more quickly. And so with LifeSpace, we want to help you do the mundane and day-to-day stuff faster, so that it opens up time. And with that time, we want you to create a space, and then that space will be whatever matters to you and the things that you want to work on.
Yeah, and some spaces that I've created, I'll just give you a couple examples. Let's not go too deep. We'll certainly talk about ours in future Lifer Talk, and I will actually feature some other people. But a couple examples, I've done finance space for me, so that's something that I would not share with anyone else. I have created a Google sheet, or like a spreadsheet in there, where I have all my bills organized, what I owe, what date the payment is, so I can really keep on track of my finances. In addition to that, I also have all my credit cards, my bank accounts, loan payments, all that in one space. So about once a month, I'll log into this space that's just for me. I'll open up my Google Sheet and I'll go line by line, and it's right there. At a click of a button, I'm just paying all my bills and keeping track of everything. And it is a phenomenal way to truly stay organized. Going back to Greg's point, I'm already doing this process. Everyone in the world is paying damn bills, but the way that I do it with LifeSpace has truly made it much more efficient. No, it's not enjoyable. It is what it is. It's paying bills, but it is much more efficient, and I get it done quicker. Therefore, I'm making space in my day-to-day routine to spend it on things that truly matter to me. Certainly not bills.
Bryan, also you did mention, we actually have been working in LifeSpace, the desktop version, since December. So this is, although you're going to be starting beta in a couple weeks, we've been using this tool since December, and that's why when we have stories about how we're using it, it actually is being used. I personally use it for work every day. So I've organized my work into a number of different categories and different focuses, like the operations and finance, project-based stuff, our team, and so on. And my social media is another one. And so when I go into my social media space, for example, it has every single social platform, all the stats, all the reports, everything is in one screen on one place. So I just literally go through in order of what I care about, and in just a few seconds, I'm up to date on the entire social schedule and everything. Whereas before, I was kind of jumping into the browser, trying to remember what URL it was, having 30 or 40 tabs loaded on a bunch of screens. And so it's really helped me organize on a work basis, and you talked about personal, so I think it really touches on a lot of different areas of life.
Absolutely. And one thing I don't think we had a chance to mention yet, but I do want to give a quick shout out, if that's even a phrase anymore, to two people. We've had several, probably almost 15 now, some really great people, professionals, whether they be entrepreneur in the workspace, but just very productive people, do what we're calling a LifeSpace story. Two people I want to thank, and I'm definitely going to thank everyone over time, but two people that I definitely want to give a quick shout out to right now. Barry George. Barry George did a phenomenal bullet point story, and let me just see what it is. Making space for personal improvement, which I'm sure we all would like to do. I know Barry, Greg knows Barry personally. Not only is he a phenomenal coach, he's a phenomenal person. He tells some of the greatest, best stories I've ever heard. So definitely want to give a shout out to Barry. And then second, Sherry Whitmore, who I think Greg knows a little bit. She is a truly great individual. She's also one of the hardest working people I know. She's exceptionally meticulous. She's very, very organized. And she did a phenomenal list, a checklist in her story. And she's making space for purpose.
And she gave people a list of steps that they can go through, a little activity to try and find purpose in their life, and that was actually really cool and something we encourage a lot of people, everyone to go in and read. And so you can actually find these stories, plus there's like 15 other stories now. So we're taking stories every week. You can go to the lifespace.com/blog, and all the stories will just load right on that first page. And then you'll also, through all our social media channels, see us posting about stories all the time. And we'd also like to encourage you guys to actually help us out by volunteering to give us a story. And so if you want to do that, contact Bryan or I, and we'll let you know how to do that. Because we want to have, every week, we want to have a couple stories of people talking about what they're up to in life, what they're making space for in their world. And we want you to be able to broadcast that to your network so that you can get some support and feedback from the people that matter to help you get to where you want to be in life.
Have you actually had any of that whiskey? I'm just curious.
I'm getting pretty far down.
All right,
this is take 12, by the way.
No,
so this is our 8th glass.
I'm sure they can tell this is our first.
Oh wait, we're live streaming, so there's no takes on live streaming.
So in closing, if you will, beta coming around the corner. Friends, family. Some of you guys have probably already maybe gotten invitations. Some are on the way. We are definitely going to keep it a small group for now. But certainly over time, we're gonna, we're very excited to open it up to the world.
Who do you think are the best candidates to use beta right now? Like, if we had to pick, what do they have? Do they have a lot of software? Do they have?
Sure, it's definitely people with using multiple platforms, right? Mm-hmm. So whether it's personal, and like my example was, I have a lot of platforms for paying my finance. For professional, I also do things like Greg with collaborating with my team. I have some personal projects that I work on, whether it's with a nonprofit or my this fun little thing I'm doing with a TV show. So to answer your question, Greg, I definitely think people with multiple platforms. If you are a family man, I can definitely contest to saying that there's quite a bit of chaos, and with LifeSpace, I've kind of organize the chaos, if you will. So I personally believe everyone could use LifeSpace, but I think for right now in the beta group, I definitely think people, if you're like a Barry George, if you're like Sherry, and you really want to organize with purpose, I think you are a perfect candidate for LifeSpace. So did you say the website where they can go to see the blog, by the way?
Yeah, it's lifespace.com/blog, and any blog post you actually read, you will see a button at the bottom to join our beta. So if you don't want to, if you guys know us, just talk to me or Bryan about getting on board. But we also appreciate if you actually sign up using that form so that we can get you in the system, make sure we get you the proper directions on how to download and everything. Are we going to do this again, this live stream thing?
Drinking or like?
Well, we will. I think the drinking is what talked us into doing this every Friday.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, liquid courage.
We're very modest, shy people.
We hope this has been entertaining, maybe not. If not entertaining, at least maybe you learned about Woodford Reserve Rye Whiskey, which is delicious, by the way.
It is absolutely fantastic.
And of course, we'll have a different whiskey next week. And as a closing note, our goal is to help you make space for what matters in life. That's all we care about. That's what our platform is for. That's what we want from you. We want you to make space for what matters to you, and we want you to be able to make a difference in the world by tackling something huge. And so if we can give you software that will give you time to do that, that's all we care about, and we really appreciate you guys watching. And cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for paying attention, and as corny or silly as this might have came across, we really are truly passionate about this. This is a phenomenal platform that we're creating. The people who have been brought in so far, the feedback has been absolutely fantastic. So although we might be, kind of relaxed now, the reason why we're relaxed is because we work so damn hard, and we are very excited to bring this to you. And in future Lifer Talks to come, hopefully we can start educating and promoting the processes that we're putting in place with the platform. So have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you soon on Lifer Talk.
All right. Cheers.